haven't discovered, we don't know it at now, the depths of where this story is going to reach to regarding Rupert Murdoch closing down the News of the World tabloid, which is nothing but a glorified Inquirer, if you ask me. I think all British tabloids are pretty sleazy, because British people are pretty sleazy. But they're a bunch of drunks. I mean, they call them pubs. Everybody in England gets drunk. Even little children get drunk. So it's a wretched state of being. And you know what we say about the Irish people, that they drink worse than the British people. So my God, from Zion. Stereotypes that are true, by the way, too. Nothing malicious about that. Anyway, so roll the clip. Rupert Murdoch, ABC News is reporting that Rupert Murdoch is planning to shut down the News of the World. The world's largest newspaper will shut its doors. I believe it's a conspiracy. Well, not a conspiracy, but I believe it's Rupert Murdoch's a shrewd old dog, and he's got something up his sleeve other than his arm. Roll that clip, if you would, please.
Politicians and the press have become too cozy and promising a massive investigation as the turmoil that has brought down one of the nation's oldest newspapers there is leading to arrests happening right now. ABC's Jeffrey Kaufman is in London with the latest.
Now, here. All right. The matter here, politicians and the news people getting too cozy, as the opening statements were. I've stated here in America that the media has become the fourth branch of the government. You got the Justice Department, Supreme Court. You've got the Congress, legislative branch of the government. And you've got the office of the president, the executive office, which kind of oversees both of those. But there are three branches of government that can stop either one and put either one in their place. But the media, they have become the fourth branch of the government. And that's what we see going on here now. But these people are pretty vile. They were tapping into people's phones. But go ahead and roll the rest of the clip, please.
Jeffrey, this story just continues to unfold at a massive rate.
It sure does, Elizabeth. This really is an earthquake here. Take a look at the morning papers here. The Daily Telegraph, goodbye, cruel world. Rupert Murdoch owns a bunch of papers here. His son, World's End, The Times, he also owns that, hacked to death. This scandal has rocked his media empire to the core. Today, the first casualty arising from the scandal, Andy Coulson, arrested. He was editor of the News of the World while reporters rampantly broke the law. Incredibly, he then became chief spokesman for Britain's Prime Minister. He, too, now tarnished by this scandal.
Isn't it time you said not that you take responsibility, but you screwed up?
Well, I made a decision to employ Andy Coulson. He had resigned from the News of the World. He said at the time he didn't know what was happening on his watch. He should have known what was happening on his watch. He paid the price. He resigned.
Well, 200 journalists will lose their jobs when the paper folds this weekend. Not Rebecca Brooks, even though she was the other editor during the era of...
Let me just interject here. We see this as a reality, right? It's got nothing to do with all the racism, catcalling, and all the kind of stuff going on here in America. We see this as an absolute reality that the Prime Minister's chief spokesman was recently arrested in this business of hacking into private phone numbers, emails, texting of both public and not so public people. An arrest has taken place all the way up to the Prime Minister, David Cameron's office. Is that right? That's where this now goes. The media. I want to serve notice on America that the same thing is going to happen here in America with Rupert Murdoch and his influence over the Tea Party, over Bill O'Reilly, over Rush Limbaugh, over all news persons that Rupert Murdoch has been able to pull strings over. He's pulled Sarah Palin's strings. He's pulled Glenn Beck's strings, and for whatever reason now, he doesn't like Glenn Beck. I don't know what went on between Glenn Beck and Rupert Murdoch and Roger Ailes, but here, my friends, this is the actual proof what's happening in the UK with Rupert Murdoch, with the media, and their criminal activities. I mean, these are hardcore criminals. What we see in the media now with Bill O'Reilly, with Rush Limbaugh, with Sarah Palin, with Glenn Beck, and with a whole host of others, these people are pure criminals, I tell you. They're criminals. Now it has broken for whatever reason, God has given the Brits a reprieve from the stranglehold of Rupert Murdoch and the news of the world. He has given them a reprieve. He has broken the story and exposed their criminal acts. God Almighty, please do the same thing with Rupert Murdoch's criminal activities, Bill O'Reilly's criminal activities, Rush Limbaugh's criminal activities, Glenn Beck, Sarah Palin. God, will you please do the same thing here? Because Rupert Murdoch is the same man in America. He's the same man with Fox News. He's the same man with the Wall Street Journal. He's the same man with Fox Business News. Rupert Murdoch and his criminal activity in England and what he is doing here in America with Obama, we are asking God to please let the same thing happen. Let the truth be told. Let it be known of how the media has become a continual criminal enterprise on both sides of the pond, but most grievously here with Barack Hussein Obama. And don't let Sarah Palin, don't let Glenn Beck, don't let Rush Limbaugh, don't let Bill O'Reilly off the hook. They need to go to jail. And God be my witness. God be my witness. These people, just like in the UK, first arrest has taken place with the British Prime Minister spokesperson, and more arrests are to come. There's no doubt that there are going to be a whole lot of people arrested, but there are going to be a whole lot of people arrested here in America as well, as Rupert Murdoch and other media moguls are now running our nation's political Congress, courts, executive office through a continual criminal enterprise. That's enough. We don't need any more of that particular tape. Thank you so very much for presenting that. What goes around comes around. Everything done in the dark will be brought to the light. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. If you've done it, it is now in spiritual mode. It is now a reality. If you've done it, it's a reality. It's just a matter of time before the light shines on all deeds, including Rupert Murdoch, Bill O'Reilly, Rush Limbaugh, Sarah Palin, Glenn Beck here in America.